Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bro, and come back with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at my week 1 predictions, seeing how I did, and then we're going to be taking a look at my predictions for week 2. Week 1, I got Kansas City versus Chargers wrong. I feel like it was a more of an upset because Kansas City really doesn't lose that often. It's a hard team to choose. Next game we got wrong, Miami versus Indianapolis. I didn't expect Indianapolis with Daniel Jones to come in. I thought Miami would score a lot more points. Their offense is also known for being a lot of scoring, with Waddle, Hill, and Tua, but Tua just didn't look like the Tua of old. Next up, we got Raiders versus Patriots. I thought Patriots could pull it out. They almost did, but main problem was, it's a lot of youth on that team, and then Campbell just kept on just letting up a lot of sacks, and that ended the game, which cost them. Next up, Detroit versus Green Bay. I thought Detroit could be able to really withhold the defense of the offense of Green Bay, and I thought, especially with Micah Parsons just coming in, not knowing a lot of the defensive schemes of Green Bay, he wouldn't be playing that well. And then the other game that I got wrong, Baltimore versus Buffalo. I thought Baltimore was going to pull it out. It was a close game through and through, that's what I thought it was going to be. It was a very close game between these two powerhouse teams, and for all we know, we could see them play again in the AFC playoffs, and we could see it go the other way because of it being such a close game. So yeah. Okay, next game, and then let's take a look at our week 2 predictions. Week 2, we have Green Bay versus Washington. I have Green Bay winning. I feel like Washington, they won against the Giants, but I don't see them winning against Green Bay. Green Bay had a dominant performance against one of the top contenders in the NFC in Detroit. Next up, we have Cleveland versus Baltimore. I have Baltimore winning. Cleveland did lose last week, and put up a great fight, but Baltimore just had just obliterated the defense of Buffalo. Next up, we got Jacksonville versus Cincinnati. I got Cincinnati winning. I feel like Jacksonville is young and stuff, but if Cincinnati can put everything in motion and work actually well, they can win this game. They have such good talent on that team. Next up, Giants versus Dallas. I gotta go Dallas. Dallas put up a good fight against the defending Super Bowl champions in the Eagles. Didn't pull out the win, but did make it a close there again. Next up, we got Chicago versus Detroit. I got Detroit winning. Chicago's look really good against Minnesota, but I feel like Detroit, maybe if they put it all together, they'll be able to win. If they don't, I feel like this is definitely a team where back-to-back losses. Again, I wouldn't say like NFL Super Bowl caliber teams. Very, young rosters, not Super Bowl ready teams yet. Will definitely lower down the potential. Next up, New England versus Miami. I think if Miami plays the way that they played last week and Patriots play the way they played last week, it's gotta get New England. And then especially with the news that Darren Waller might not even see a snap for Miami. Now it's like, okay, well, we projected that this guy could potentially play for us at least this season. Didn't. And now everything's all shit. Switched up. Then we have San Francisco versus New Orleans. I have San Francisco winning. I feel like New Orleans just isn't that good of a team overall, even with San Francisco having the injuries. That injuries are the one thing that kills the San Francisco team because they don't have. I wouldn't say that they don't have great depth, but they don't have the best possible depth because they spend money on getting a variety of all these good players, which is good. They don't spend money on a quarterback, but they spend money on everything else where that variety won't be there. Next up, we have Buffalo versus Jets. I think Buffalo winning, especially with that amazing performance against Baltimore. I just don't see them losing to this Jets team who did, they went head-to-head against the Steelers team, but, wasn't really the best. Next up, we have Seattle versus Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf's playing against his old team. I have Pittsburgh winning. They just put up a great high-scoring performance against a Jets defense that's pretty solid, and I just feel like that's definitely going to help them out a lot. Next up, we got Rams versus Tennessee. I think Rams are probably gonna pull it out over Tennessee. Yeah, I like Cam Ward. He did solid week 1, but this Rams team, if they're able to focus and not allow for stupid plays to occur, they could easily, and I mean easily, roll this Tennessee team with the amount of playmakers that this team has. Next up, we have Carolina versus Arizona. I think with the way Arizona was playing last week, especially to start out the game, I gotta give it to Carolina. Carolina looks really good. In the beginning of the game, I think definitely their main flaw was that, that massive delay for the game, because that definitely can flip a team's momentum. We saw that in week 1, especially with, it was super a high scoring game. Teams were going back and forth, with the Eagles Cowboys game, and then rain delay, and then after that, no team scored. It's been seen as like a huge problem, or like that delay will definitely mess up. Next up, we have Denver versus Indianapolis. I think Daniel Jones had a fluke game. I think that he's a solid quarterback. I think that he could be a solid quarterback when put in the right situation, but I just don't see them beating this this Denver team at all. But yeah, next up we have Philadelphia versus Kansas City, and there is that thing similar to Brady. You never bet against Mahomes, but you got to bet against Mahomes here. I mean, they lost to Kansas City last year. Philadelphia last year, and they did lose was their center or left guard, and against this amazing defensive line of uh, the Eagles, it's going to be hard for Mahomes to play even close to the same level. Next up we have Atlanta versus Minnesota. I have Minnesota winning. Again, this game could go either way. Atlanta did put up a good game against Tampa Bay, which I was very shocked with Penix having that solo of a game against the defense, but Minnesota had a great fourth quarter, arguably the best fourth quarter. You could say compared to Josh Allen's fourth quarter, it's very very close. Next up we have Tampa versus Houston. I have Houston winning. I think Tampa is a great team, and I think this could be close. If Houston's able to play up to their potential, they could beat this Tampa team. Tampa just didn't look really good in week 1. I didn't see what flaw, but they were struggling with Atlanta. Unless Atlanta becomes a powerhouse, then I could see. But yeah, and then final game of the week: Chargers versus Raiders. I just feel like what's it called? Raiders are just gonna get stomped over. They didn't have a great game against the Patriots, and the Chargers looked really good against the Chiefs. So guys, that's my predictions for week 2 of the NFL season. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.